And he hears this. I'll never forget this. He hears, what's that? I believe it takes more than one thing of spit to make some mud. Jesus spits on the ground. And he puts spit up on and mud on the man's eyes. I bet this man thought, man, my life's jacked up. I mean, you know, they're talking about me. I'm getting spit and mud in my eye. What's this? And then all of a sudden, Jesus said, go wash, and you'll see. Go wash, and you will see. See, when he said, Lord, I believe, it was heartfelt. And I'm going to close with this. Believing is seen. See, we have to believe that there's times when death hits, but life comes. When we're lame, but we can walk again. When we're blind, but we can see. We might be dumb, but now we can talk. See, we might be the hardened sinner today, but now we're a Christ follower. God does all these things. See, what happens is I was born blind in sin, and I had a change of heart. And I said, God, I need a change of heart and a change of life. See, Jesus was asking us to live a life of abandonment, if you will, to live for Him. I must abandon all the things of this world to live for God and for Him only. This is what I'm closing with. There was a man by the name of John Newton. John Newton was born in London back in 1700s. John Newton was born in London. He had a God-fearing, loving mom that loved God with all her heart. And he had a God-hating father who hated God with all of his heart. That's a bad combination right there off the bat. Boom. When you got a mom that loves God and a dad that hates God. It was godlessness, rebellion, and lawlessness that led John Newton. Because this is what happened. John Newton hardened his heart towards God. His mom passed away at 6 years old. She was sick, she passed away. So he automatically said, the God that took my mother, I hate you. I hate you. And so he went with his dad when he was 11 years old. And at 11 years old, his dad was a slave trader. And he said, I'll go with you, Dad, wherever you go. And I know that you're being blessed, or whatever you're doing, it must be right. And it was godlessness, lawlessness, and rebellion is what his dad was doing. He finally realized that this is what he wanted to do. So he joined his father, and he became a captain of a slave trading ship. Back in 1748, there was a storm that brewed. He was going from London to the United States, and there was a storm that brewed up. The storm came, and he thought this would end his life. But before the storm hit, he actually was cussing and cursing God. And he found a book. This book that he found was called The Imitation of Christ. He broke it open, and he started to read what Christ was revealed to him that day. That day and that time, as he was revealing the imitation of Christ, he realized that, you know what, there is a God in heaven. I know my mom was right on, and I didn't know it. See, the deal was this. He didn't only see, he saw Christ for the first time. He saw Christ for the first time. And then the storm brewed, and the storm hit. And the storm was so fierce that people were throwing themselves off. And he cried out to God and said, save us. He wrote a song called Faith's Review. And today we know that song is Amazing Grace. How sweet the sound. Oh, that saved a wretch like me. When I first got saved, I would say, saved a wrench like me. I was wrenched, and I kept thinking it was a wrench. It was wretched. I was wretched. Amazing grace. How sweet the sound. I want you to see this video, and then we're going to close with the song. Amazing Grace.
But
that he reflected on the great day of his deliverance. For me, I had a great day of deliverance, and I know that God's amazing grace still happens. I thought it would be good to sing that song plus whatever Joel wants to do. Amen.